Welcome to Rictic Trades, where researched strategies and smart ideas help you grow richer, step by step. If building wealth is your goal, you're in the right place. Kindly subscribe, there's a lot ahead. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to magnetize wealth effortlessly? Why their lives flow like a golden river, where every opportunity, every connection, and every dollar dances toward them as if summoned by a secret force? Have you ever gazed at someone whose life seems drenched in gold, where money flows like a river that never dries, and doors open before they even knock? As if the universe itself is conspiring in their favor, laying opportunities at their feet, aligning perfect moments with perfect people, and turning every idea they touch into prosperity? It's almost as if they possess a hidden magnet, a mysterious force that pulls wealth, success, and abundance into their orbit without struggle, without scarcity, without strain. And meanwhile, others hustle endlessly, drowning in stress, chasing crumbs, wondering what secret they're missing. But what if I told you this force isn't magic, it's not luck, and it's not reserved for the chosen few? What if the secret to attracting wealth isn't out there, but buried deep inside you, coded into the very design of your mind? Let's explore the power within each one of us. The power or our conscious and subconscious mind. Imagine your brain as a radar, scanning the world every second, but only showing you what it thinks you care about most. That radar is called the reticular activating system, or RAS, a powerful bundle of nerves at the base of your brainstem that decides what information enters your conscious awareness. When you set a clear, emotionally charged goal, like attracting wealth or building a successful business, your RAS lights up, literally increasing neural activity in specific regions of your brain, particularly in the prefrontal cortex and limbic system, which control planning, emotion, and motivation. Now picture two brains side by side. On one side, the goal-oriented mind is buzzing with vivid energy. Areas responsible for focus, visualization, and memory begin glowing with activity as this individual affirms their financial vision with clarity and passion. You can almost see a golden path unfolding in their neural circuitry. They begin spotting opportunities they once missed, hearing ideas that were previously drowned out by doubt, and connecting with people and possibilities that align with their vision. That's not magic, that's the RAS doing what it's built to do, filtering reality based on internal commands. Your mind becomes like a heat-seeking missile. It begins to notice business ideas in passing conversations, potential investors in random meetings, and wealth-building ideas in unexpected books, videos, and articles. But on the other side, we see the brain of someone without a defined goal. The neural image is far less vibrant. The RAS here isn't engaged, it's passive. The brain is in a reactive, survival-oriented loop. It notices problems more than possibilities, fears more than fortune. Even though opportunities pass by this person every day, they remain invisible, not because they aren't there, but because the mind wasn't told to look for them. In scientific studies using fMRI and EEG scans, researchers have shown that individuals who mentally rehearse goals, especially with strong emotion, experience measurable increases in neural coherence, activation, and even hormonal changes like elevated dopamine and reduced cortisol. That's why visualization isn't just woo-woo, it's neuroplasticity in action. You are literally carving new circuits in your brain every time you imagine and emotionally feel your success. And when those circuits get strong enough, they become your new default setting. So, when we say you attract what you are, what we really mean is, you attract what your brain is wired to notice. Wealth doesn't just show up, your mind learns to find it, feel worthy of it, and act on it, all through the daily repetition of vision, belief, and emotion. So, every moment, your conscious mind acts like a lighthouse, scanning your external world, analyzing, deciding, filtering. But beneath this surface, your subconscious, vast and powerful, holds the keys to your inner beliefs, self-worth, and habits. Your subconscious doesn't argue. It accepts. It obeys the blueprint you provide through repeated thought, emotion, and imagination. Imagine feeding it daily with fear, doubt, and scarcity. What do you think it will create? Now imagine feeding it with gratitude, certainty, and the vivid image of financial abundance. That becomes your new reality. If this breakdown is helping clarify things, this is exactly the kind of content I put out every week. Feel free to stick around for more. Kindly subscribe. Now let's look into neuroplasticity, which is rewiring your brain for wealth. What if I told you your brain isn't a rigid machine, it's a living, breathing river of change? Science calls it neuroplasticity, but what it truly means is this: you are not stuck. You are not fixed. Your thoughts today can literally reshape your brain tomorrow. Every time you think a thought, especially when it's wrapped in strong emotion, you fire specific neurons in your brain. And when you repeat that thought again and again, those neurons begin wiring together like electrical vines, creating a new, powerful circuit. Think of it as carving a new path in the forest of your mind. At first, it's rough, uncertain, unfamiliar. But the more you walk it, the more natural it becomes, until it's no longer a trail, it's a highway. Now imagine this: instead of dwelling in fear, you begin visualizing success. Not vaguely, not someday, but with vivid clarity. You see yourself closing the deal, receiving the wire transfer, walking into your dream home, giving to others generously, and feeling it as if it's already real. In that moment, your brain doesn't just imagine, it rehearses. And what you rehearse repeatedly becomes your brain's new truth. fMRI scans have shown something breathtaking. When people visualize a task or a scenario, their brains light up in exactly the same areas as if they were living it in reality. The visual cortex, the motor areas, the emotional centers, all fire in harmony. In other words, your brain doesn't know the difference between what's vividly imagined and what's actually happening. To your subconscious, rehearsed wealth becomes remembered wealth, and remembered wealth becomes a reality your mind starts to seek, expect, and create. That's why top athletes, billion-dollar CEOs, and visionary creators swear by visualization. Not as a fluffy ritual, but as a neurological tool. They don't just hope. They mentally train. They don't just want success. They reprogram their mind to make success inevitable. So when you sit in stillness and imagine your future with all 5 senses, not once, but daily, you're not just dreaming. You're sculpting your brain into a magnet for the life you deserve. Now let's look at the third point. Emotional magnetism, how feelings supercharge attraction. Thought alone is a spark. But thought infused with raw, heartfelt emotion? That's a lightning bolt. You see, the law of attraction isn't just about thinking your dreams into reality. It's about feeling them so deeply, so viscerally, that the very cells in your body begin to believe it's already happening. Your emotions are the fuel, the amplifier, the frequency that turns a quiet wish into a powerful broadcast to the universe. Fear sends out a weak, scattered signal. Doubt clouds the transmission. But gratitude? Gratitude hums with radiant energy. Love? Joy? Those are the emotional superpowers, the golden harmonics that align your mind, your body, and your external world into one synchronized symphony. And this isn't just poetic language. Science is catching up with what ancient wisdom has always known. HeartMath Institute studies have revealed something astonishing. Your heart has its own intelligence, a rhythm, a coherence, a language that speaks directly to your brain. When you experience emotions like appreciation, compassion, or hope, your heart rhythm becomes smooth, stable, and harmonious. This coherent state creates a measurable electromagnetic field around your body, a literal energetic bubble, which researchers have found extends several feet outside of you. In these states, your heart and brain begin to dance in perfect rhythm. Your nervous system calms. Your focus sharpens. Your intuition strengthens. You don't just feel better, you become better at attracting what aligns with your elevated emotional state. Figure 3 refers to a visual representation of heart-brain coherence, a scientific concept studied by the HeartMath Institute. This figure typically shows how positive emotional states like gratitude, love, or joy impact your body's electromagnetic field by aligning the rhythms of your heart and brain into a smooth, synchronized pattern. What's in Figure 3? Imagine a side-by-side comparison. On the left, you see jagged, erratic heart rate variability, HRV, when a person feels stress or fear. The graph looks chaotic, up, down, uneven, showing a disordered physiological state. On the right, the figure displays a flowing, wave-like curve when a person feels gratitude or love. The HRV is harmonious, showing a coherent state, which is when the heart's rhythm and brain function align, boosting clarity, intuition, and energy. What it means emotionally: this coherence means that your body isn't just calm, it's in peak alignment, sending a clean, strong signal out into the world. When you practice gratitude, your entire system becomes a beacon, drawing in people, ideas, and outcomes that match your elevated frequency. That's why feelings aren't fluff, they are the force that turns your thoughts into magnetized intention. Let's now see the individual differences, why wealth comes faster to some. Here's the uncomfortable truth: not everyone attracts wealth at the same speed. Some seem to soar while others crawl. Some manifest millions with ease, while others wrestle with scarcity day after day. But this isn't about fate. It's not karma. It's not destiny. It's design, mental, emotional, and environmental design. Enter the Matthew effect, the idea that the rich get richer, and not just in dollars. Those who already carry strong beliefs in their worth, those who've been surrounded by support, abundance, and possibility, they don't just attract wealth, they multiply it. Why? Because success compounds. Confidence compounds. Belief compounds. They move through life with an inner permission to receive, to ask, to expect, and the world responds accordingly. But let me tell you this, that advantage is not a life sentence. It's not a wall to keep you out. It's a wake-up call to begin your journey now, with what you have, where you are, exactly as you are. Because your brain can be trained. Your emotions can be rewired. Your expectations can be expanded. And your future, no matter where you started, can explode with prosperity when you choose to align consistently with abundance. Let's break it down. Environment matters. The people you surround yourself with, the conversations you hear, the energy you absorb, these shape your internal thermostat. If you're immersed in doubt, you'll expect little. If you're immersed in belief, you'll demand more. And you'll receive more. Belief systems run deep. Many of us were handed invisible scripts as children. Money is hard. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. These silent programs create emotional resistance to wealth, even as we consciously chase it. Consistency is everything. A single affirmation whispered in the dark won't move mountains. But a daily, vivid, emotional visualization? That's the mental workout that builds unshakable momentum. Wishing is weak. Sustained vision is power. The chart drawn from a 10,000 participant survey is clear and profound. Individuals who practiced consistent visualization and affirmation reported significantly higher income growth over a 12-month period than those who did not. The upward slope of the graph doesn't just reflect money, it reflects mindset mastery. It's a curve of belief, discipline, and inner alignment showing its outer results. So if wealth hasn't come easily to you, don't shrink. Rise. Begin. Persist. Because the difference isn't in destiny, it's in the design of your daily thoughts and emotions. Now let's see what is the science behind luck. Is it random or attracted? What if luck isn't luck at all? What if it's a pattern, a mindset, a frequency that only a few have learned to tune into. Researchers digging into the phenomenon of luck found something startling. So-called lucky people weren't merely born with a golden touch. No, they expected good things. They looked for opportunities in every corner, trusted their instincts, and were bold enough to act when most hesitated. They didn't wait for signs, they became the signal. The law of attraction breathes life into this mindset. It doesn't just make you hope for better, it primes your brain to see better, sense better, create better. When you align your thoughts with prosperity and possibility, your entire perception sharpens like a compass locked on treasure. Suddenly, coincidences appear. The right person calls. The door that was always there, hidden in plain sight, swings open. Explore the emotional hook to this. You are not cursed. You are not forgotten. And you are definitely not unlucky. You simply haven't turned on the magnet inside you, the one tuned to abundance, success, and wealth. But it's there. And it's waiting. What does the scientific studies reveal on this? In controlled experiments, individuals primed with success-based affirmations not only performed better on complex decision-making tests, they also showed greater financial risk tolerance, a critical trait for wealth creation. They didn't become reckless, they became ready. Primed minds were more willing to leap when others froze. So, is luck a mystery? Or is it the reward for those who dare to believe, align, and act with unwavering inner certainty? Now let's find out how actions align with attraction. Here's the most dangerous myth, the one that has held back countless dreamers, that the law of attraction is passive. That all you need to do is wish, wait, and hope. But the truth is far more electrifying and empowering. The law of attraction is not about sitting still. It is about movement infused with meaning. It is not enough to think rich thoughts while your feet remain frozen. The universe is not a genie, it is a mirror. It reflects not just what you want, but what you do. Action is the language of belief. When you move toward your dream, even a single, trembling step, you broadcast to the world that you are ready, that you are serious, that you are no longer a spectator of your desires, but a creator of your destiny. When your thoughts burn with clarity, when your emotions swell with certainty, when your actions echo your inner vision, you become unshakable. Unstoppable. A force that bends reality to the shape of your intentions. So write that plan. Make that call. Take that risk. Walk with the posture of someone who already owns the life they've been dreaming of. Because when your thoughts, your feelings, and your steps move as one, manifestation isn't magic. It's momentum. Now let's find out the various wealth rituals practiced daily to attract wealth and prosperity. Wealth doesn't just appear, it's cultivated, day by day, moment by moment, through rituals that shape the mind, elevate the spirit, and align your frequency with abundance. These aren't just habits, they are sacred practices that whisper to the universe, I am ready to receive. Gratitude journaling isn't about listing blessings, it's about reprogramming your focus. Each word written becomes a gentle recalibration of your inner compass, shifting you from lack to abundance, from complaint to celebration. Gratitude tells your brain, more of this, please, and the universe listens. Morning visualization is not wishful thinking, it is neural alignment. When you close your eyes each morning and see your future, feel the wealth in your hands, hear the life you desire unfolding, your brain starts wiring for that outcome. You don't just hope anymore, you expect. Evening affirmations are your final command to the subconscious before it opens the gates to dream. This is when your mind is most receptive, most moldable. Speak your future as if it's already here, and your inner self will begin building the blueprint while you sleep. Wealth environment matters more than you think. Every object, every image, every word around you is either lifting your vibration or dulling it. Create a space that reflects who you intend to become. Symbols of success, vision boards, empowering quotes, they anchor your energy to your future self. Contribution is the golden current of all prosperity. When you give time, money, kindness, wisdom, you enter the flow of circulation. And what flows, returns. This is not sacrifice. It's spiritual investment. The universe multiplies what is shared with love. See it vividly, a single mom with fire in her eyes, launching her first online business from a tiny kitchen table. A young man, once buried in debt, now dancing after paying off his final loan. A retired couple, long forgotten by their fears, watching sunsets in Santorini. These aren't miracles. These are the results of aligned rituals, practiced with passion, repeated with faith. Let me tell you, there are various real-life stories of transformation through thought. These are not myths. These are not the lucky few. These are real people, men and women who dared to think differently, to feel deeper, to believe louder. One after another, they rewrote the script life handed them. From the edge of bankruptcy to booming businesses, from nights of anxiety to mornings of abundance, these stories echo a single truth: when the mind transforms, reality follows. They weren't born with golden tickets. They were handed struggle, and they turned it into strength. They were drenched in doubt, and they turned it into clarity. Each story is a spark, a whisper, a roar of what's possible when thought becomes aligned with heart, and heart becomes aligned with vision. I spoke my wealth into existence. Her words weren't hope, they were declarations. The universe didn't ignore her voice. It echoed it. I visualized my way out of the paycheck cycle. He didn't just close his eyes, he opened his future. I gave thanks before I saw results, and the results came. Gratitude didn't wait for proof. It became the proof. These stories are not the exception. They are the map, the invitation, the proof that your thoughts are not just ideas, they are blueprints. And when laced with emotion and action, they become unstoppable forces of creation. So, put simply, you are the magnet. Yes, you are the magnet. Breathe deeply. Feel the shift. You are not chasing wealth, you are becoming the frequency of wealth. Every thought you choose, every feeling you nurture, every action you take, it's sculpting your financial destiny. Final visual, a glowing figure walking confidently toward a horizon of golden opportunity. Words float across the screen: believe, visualize, feel, act, prosper. The law has always been working. Now it's time for you to work with it. This is your hour of power. Your moment to rise. Your destiny to be wealthy, fulfilled, and free. Every week, I simplify investing strategies so you can build wealth with confidence, no noise, just strategies that work. Kindly subscribe to view more. Thank you.